Hey guys, and welcome to Lex's World. Today I'm going to show you the basics on High Intensity Discharge Bulbs, also known as HID bulbs. When it comes to growing plants, many people do not understand the basics of these bulbs, which are still by far the most commonly used for growing, despite the increase of popularity from things like LEDs, fluorescents, and recently even sulfur plasma lights. We'll cover all those other lights some other day. But today, HID. So first things first. The two main types of HID bulbs are metal-halide, which you can see right here. This is the big metal-halide bulb. And the high-pressure sodium, which is this little one over here. Now, they come in many power denominations. 400 watt, 600 watt, 1000 watt. I'm personally a fan of 600 watt bulbs as they have a nice rate of expense in electricity versus what they give back. The main difference between the two types of bulbs really comes down to two things: the type of light spectrum they give off and the number of lumens they give off. Now with your high pressure sodium bulb over here, these give off more lumens for the same amount of electricity consumed. The high pressure sodium also gives off that reddish yellow light spectrum that your plants need most during flowering. When either one of these bulbs gets turned on, you can actually see the difference in light. So when do you use either one of these bulbs when you're growing your medical pot? Well, some people go through an entire grow cycle with the high pressure sodium over here. That's okay, but it's far from ideal. The majority of people who do that are only doing that because they can't afford to buy both bulbs. The most common and productive method is you use your metal halide during your vegetative growth, and then as soon as flowering starts, you switch over to the high pressure sodium. I've also heard of some people using the metal halide all the way through. Don't do this. It'll end up decreasing your overall harvest. Now for a safety tip. Both of these bulbs need a ballast with a matching amount of wattage to operate. Nowadays, many ballasts are digital and they're marked, and they can pretty much do any kind of bulb. But a few old school magnetic ballasts are actually marked on the ballast with a label that says sodium only. In other words, only these kind of bulbs can be used with them. Now, if you have one of these ballasts, you can't use a metal halide bulb in it. It's not safe. But does that mean you're screwed? No. I specifically wanted to show you guys this particular bulb because it's special. This is what's called a conversion bulb, and you can tell there's a little bit more to it than your average metal halide. And it even says right on the box at the top, conversion. The cool thing about conversion bulbs is that means they can be plugged into a sodium bulb only ballast. Conversion bulbs cost a little more than their counterparts, but it is less expensive than buying a new ballast. And finally, where do you get these bulbs? Well, besides being available on eBay and any online hydroponics store, they're also available in any indoor gardening store and even some hardware stores. Their price can run anywhere from $30 to $130 depending on quality and where you live. Now they can easily last a year, running 18 hours a day, but keeping emergency spare bulbs of each type is highly recommended, especially if your setup only has one operating at a time. Well guys, that's the show for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to hit up the subscribe button up top and the like button below. We'll see you next time on Lex's World.